So talk to me a little bit about team, because you had junior advisor we talked about, but team around you. What do most planners, advisors get wrong when building their team?
Man, there's so many ways to say it. So I'll say it the nice way, then I'll say it. You can't do it all yourself, right? Like any other profession, you studied or you mastered, if you mastered it, that profession, right? But when you become a financial advisor, you're not learning how to pay your rent. That's not something that they teach you. They're not teaching you how to put paper into the printer, and they're not. There's so many things that comes with having your own practice or being a financial planner, whatever the case may be, that has nothing to do with what brings in the revenue, but they must be done at the same token, if that makes any type of sense, right? Because if they're not done, the whole house can crumble. So an issue, I guess, something a lot of financial advisors, I won't say don't do, they are reluctant to do, because inevitably you're gonna be forced to do it anyway if you want to keep growing or progressing or even staying still. Is hiring out your help, man. One of the best things I did, one of the best things that I did was to hire an assistant early on in my career. Now I split the cost with the guy that I was working with, the guy was my partner at the time. So it helped to bring down the cost. But look, other people can do it. People do it all the time, share assistants and different things. And each broker dealer has their own rule on that. But hiring out the staff, man, things that take you away from your, what they call the green time, your revenue producing activities. Like I know I generate revenue by analyzing my book, speaking with my clients, closing deals. That's it. Everything else, before, in between, after, doesn't really generate or bring in towards that. So I have staff that handles the intake part. Like I don't schedule my meetings. I have staff that schedule reviews for my clients. Most of my meetings are reviews or referrals. That's most of my meetings, right? So I have people that take care of that. I have people that handle the paperwork workflow. I have people that deal with the service centers and so forth. I even like we're coming out with a lot of the videos, even with the podcast. I said it to you, I'm not going to do a podcast, it's my own one, if I have to turn on the camera and all the other stuff. No. So what did we do to commit ourselves to? We hired out a podcast company, and now they handle our podcast. Same thing about social media. So point I'm making is, I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm trained at doing. I know what I can crush. I know where my skills are best utilized. I focus on that. So rather than saving the money, right, you can save the time, which will then in turn allow you to generate more, because our income is unlimited, right? Per hour, bro, per hour. And I've calculated how much I make per hour. And I like to just focus on that and hire out people to do everything else. You may have to give them direction, but that's it. So that's the biggest thing for me with financial advisors, man. The reluctancy to hire out staff is wild. I still have advisors that I'm cool with now from my old broker dealer and other places that they're doing well, but on a Friday night they're still doing applications, which is wild to me. Like, why? If someone enjoys to do paperwork, let them do that. You focus on revenue producing activity. Go out here and meet more clients, more prospects, or network with your clients, hang out with them, do other things. The stuff that doesn't generate revenue, man, you gotta farm it out, man. So that's probably the biggest thing with advisors, man.
Huge. And bringing that team around you, right? It's a different set of people sometimes also, because it can also be thinking, I've got one staff or maybe two staff, or I share one of them, like you said. And it can be like, oh man, I'm not sure if I need a whole new one yet, right? Or I need that extra thing yet. So it's like, that may be true, but let's just take steps forward, right? Can I invest in something that's a partial, another share? Can I gain a few more hours? Can I have some sort of vendor come in as well? Like something like that.
If I could jump in there, man, even if you can't, like let's say you can't find anyone to partner with you on staff, right? or let's say you just don't work well with others. You don't play nice in the sandbox, right? And you need to have your own dedicated staff, but you're worried you don't have enough activity for them. Trust me, you will have enough activity for them because you will be paying them irregardless. So now you've got your time back. Because essentially, for any successful person, entrepreneur, doctor, whatever you may be, financial advisor, whatever it is, your time is the most valuable commodity, in my opinion. So if you can buy back your time, to reference the book, that is key. And trust me, it costs less money to buy back the time compared to how much you're really making. Even as someone you're just starting off first couple of years, you see how much time it takes you to do work, from client engagement time to workflow time. And if you really just analyze it, and I'm big on that, you see how much time you're spending. And it goes from I'm spending to I'm wasting, because I could have just hired someone and not spent that time. You know what I mean? You're not just going to throw your money away. So I don't know, man. It just puts you in a different place mentally.
Shout out to Dan Martell, Buy Back Your Time. Yeah, the thing that I really want people to listen to and get what you said, right, is that once you hire that person, you then get your time back. Let's say it's 5-10 hours a week. Imagine as a business owner having 10 extra hours a week to think about how to make more money. And that is, no one's coming back to backfill you as the owner. You've got to be in there doing that, thinking about how you're creating the future.